West Ham lost to Aston Villa yesterday. Duran Lopetegui gets his first loss in the Premier League as the manager. We are going to go through all the major talking points, give my thoughts on the game, the positives, the negatives. But before we do that, welcome to the Bailey Podcast. I'm a massive West Ham United fan, have been since I was a kid, and I love talking West Ham and football. So I decided I'm going to create my own little channel on YouTube where I can just express my opinions on the internet and hopefully engage with other fans who love football just as much as I do. And while we're on the topic, while you're here, if you could subscribe and like the video, that would be greatly appreciated. It'll help me reach more fans just like me so we can talk about my favourite subject, West Ham. So let's get into the first talking point from the game, the lineup. We started off with a strange one. When I saw it, I think many West Ham fans were thinking all the signings were going to come in. Todibo, Wan-Bissaka, Fulkrug, Rodriguez was in the team, Kilman was in the team. It was a bit surprising to see Sufal in there, Mavropanos, Souček, Antonio. These were unexpected additions to the team. And in the end, it probably didn't work for Lopetegui. I can kind of see maybe where he was coming from. They'd only been at the club for like a week training. Fulkrug has just been to the Euros. So I can kind of see it, but it did feel like something that David Moyes would do. And all my mates in the group chat were like, have we got the Spanish Moyes here? He's doing exactly the same thing he would. But maybe that is what management is, clever management, not to throw those signings in straight away against Aston Villa, a top team, keep the kind of core group together for that game. And then we can see how they play together. I'll see if they can fit in a new system. Maybe he's doing that and he's going to bed in those players that have just come in. I personally would have put Wan-Bissaka in. He's had a pre-season. He's good enough. He's played in the Premier League. He knows how to play against Aston Villa. Maybe Todibo, yeah, I can see that. Mavropanos actually had a decent game, to be fair to him. So I don't mind that one. Fulkrug, again, I don't really mind. He's only just come back from holiday. He's not had a massive pre-season. I can see that. But again, Bowen came in, but then Bowen didn't look sharp at all. Neither did Watkins. So it was probably a good idea to leave him out. The one I would have put in was Wan-Bissaka because Sufal was pretty poor, I've got to say. So we go into the game, massive optimism. We're all excited. We're all buzzing for the start of the new season. 3 minutes in, Aston Villa score, Onana from a corner. And I've got to say, the marking was absolutely shocking from Antonio. Just look at this. Look. Onana loses him, bang, free header. And I don't know why. I mean, this guy blaming Kilman, I mean, that is not his fault. That's zonal marking. That's not his fault. He's been told to do that. It's Antonio's fault for losing his man, for getting bodied. He was just not up to it, not up to the pace. And Onana, bang, straight in. 3 minutes in, we're 1-0 down. After that goal, the game was all Aston Villa. They were in control. They could have had 3 or 4. The chance that Bailey had, I can't believe he missed that. I mean, I don't know if Kilman put him off or it was just a terrible finish, but he managed to get in. But they just kept getting in behind, long balls in behind. I can't actually remember what attack it was, but someone was just running. Rogers was running straight through the middle of our team, and everyone was backing off him. The defence looked absolutely shit scared of Aston Villa's attack. The defence just looked all over the place, and we were just terrible in the first half. And then we get this. The penalty gets awarded to West Ham. Souček, a long ball from Paqueta into Souček. He takes it down and Matty Cash takes him out and we get a penalty. Was it a penalty? Probably not. I would have been a bit upset if that happened against us. I think that's going to be a common theme this season. If the referee gives a decision, he's not going to want to go against them because the backlash last season from VAR was pretty strong. And we've benefited from that. I guarantee we're going to get a few against us in the season. So we take it. So we went into half-time, level on the score. I was feeling like, we're getting away with this one. I hope the second half is going to be a lot better. The second half was a lot better. You can see here, you look at that statistic, from the 30th minute to the 60th minute, we were in control of the game. And that's against Aston Villa, by the way, who are no slouches, top 4 team. They usually control the game. So it did change. But then you look at the first 30 minutes and then the last 30 minutes, Aston Villa regained control. We had a little spell after the goal and we didn't really capitalise it. Had a few chances. I thought at the time bringing Bowen off was a bold move to bring your captain off, but I can kind of understand it. He looked leggy. He didn't look up to the pace. And the same goes for Aston Villa with Watkins. They just weren't at the pace. No pre-season, straight in. They just didn't look at it. So I can see why he did it. I think Somerville came on and was really lively, really good. He looks like he's fast, quick, can take on players, can deliver a good cross. Like, he looked quality. Fulkrug, I didn't really see enough from him. He didn't get on the ball. But again, I'm not going to bemoan him for that. That's not his fault. He's just coming into a new team as a substitute. Again, he hasn't had a pre-season at all. I think Todibo as well, we haven't seen enough of him when he came on. So yeah, the substitutions looked like it could have made a difference. I mean, Somerville put in that great cross for Ings, but I'm getting ahead of myself there because that chance came after this man went and put the ball in the net for Aston Villa. It had to be him. Do you know what? As soon as I saw him come on, I said to my dad, he's going to score against us. You can guarantee it. He's going to score. And what is he going to do? Bit left foot finish through Ariola's legs. And then he goes to the Aston Villa supporters, does this, I'm staying, after he did the old hammer sign. So, I mean, that just had to happen, didn't it? I mean, that was in the script. And seeing that and seeing how he played yesterday, it is really upsetting that we're not going to be able to get him now. I can see why now. He was our top striker target. He's strong. He's quick. He can finish. He's a bit of he's a bit of an arsehole, isn't he? I can imagine if you're playing against him, you're just going to hate it. Defender's worst nightmare. So I can see now why Aston Villa rejected all the bids. I can see why Emery is so desperate to keep him in the team. He's 20 years old, by the way. He's young. And if he can sort his attitude out for Villa, then he's going to be a top player, isn't he? So upsetting, annoying. Didn't want to see that, but you knew it was going to come, didn't you? After that, we were chasing. We bought on Ings. We bought on Ward-Prowse for the deliveries. And then we didn't have too many chances. The Ings header was a good one. The Somerville cross. And then we have this chance. Souček at the death. Oh, mate. How has he missed that? That's nuts. Oh, at the time, I was literally on the floor with my head in the hands when he missed it. My God. XG of 0.93. And then you see a stat like this, 10 passes completed in 97 minutes. I like Souček. I think he's been a great servant for the club, but he's a Moyes player. I don't see him fitting into J-Lo's system at all. He's not good on the ball. He's great in the air. He's great at holding up things. He's great. He'd be great off the bench. Mauro Fellaini style. He would be amazing off the bench when we're chasing a game. But starting, but he did win the penalty for us. So you can't it's chalk and cheese, isn't it? He splits the fan base. Some people hate him in the team. Some people love him because he is effective in a way. But I think 10 passes in 97 minutes is not good at all. And I can't see him staying much longer. And we're linked with players like Soler. So I do think Souček's days may be numbered. Potentially, if a club comes in for him, we might accept the bids. But that's not to take away from what he has done for the club. He's been great for us. And I think the abuse that he gets, way too much. Don't abuse the player. He missed a chance. All right. In the end, here's the stats. Pretty even game. I actually thought it would be an even game. I think Aston Villa come into it with an experienced manager. They have a team that know the system, know how to play the system. They have quality players. They only added one new signing into the starting 11. And I think the outcome was what most of us really expected. Obviously, we want to win. But actually, when you look at the statistics, it's actually not bad reading. And you can definitely see the change from Moyes. You can see it. And anyone denying that is bullshitting themselves because they don't want J-Lo to work out. That seems to be a weird thing in our fan base at the moment. There's definitely some fans who don't want this guy to do well, deep down, because they want to be right about Moyes. They want to say, we should have kept Moyes and we were right. It's a weird split. I think it's more this side, J-Lo, than Moyes, but there's definitely those people out there. They're waiting for it. They're waiting for him to fail, and I hate that. Look at those statistics. you can see the improvement. You can see the improvement in the play. When he's able to bed in the new signings and actually get his favourite starting 11 out there, I think we will be so dangerous for every team in the league. So I'm not like getting upset about this loss. It's the first game of the season. Yeah, you want to win, but I definitely saw a lot of positives in there to know that we're going to come good. And I trust the system. I trust the process. Let's get our new players into the team, maybe some new signings as well before the window closes. Get some of the players out that don't want to be there really, and we don't want them there. And things will work out. It's not that bad. But there was a lot of positives to take from the game, especially Mohamed Kudus. He looked on top form. I was so impressed with him. He's so strong on the ball. It's ridiculous. He gave Matty Cash an absolute nightmare all game. So I'm not too upset about it. I think the game went how the game went. Aston Villa are a quality team. We're under a transition period. That was kind of how the game was going to go. And if we did win, it would have been a massive bonus. So not too upset. On to the next one, Crystal Palace next week. Let's go away, get a result there. Let's not get banged 5-2 again, eh?